Well, after arriving in Johannesburg, we caught a few hours of sleep, then jumped on another plane and headed to the Kalahari. We landed in a little mud, got stuck, but hey, no worries. We were off to the lodge where we got settled in. Day one. Here we are in the Kalahari, where we're going to do a variety of plains game, but the main reason we're here is to H.A.R.T lion. We got a gray bull here.
We're ready.
He's going to back me up with the camera. Morgan behind this camera. Heinrich. We got the guys from Trigger Cam here. We're going to try out the new Trigger Cam system on this lion heart. It's going to be good. Welcome to Big Heart Adventures. Here we are in the Kalahari. Although you wouldn't know it with all this grass and rain they've had, it is just beautiful today. But I'm with FR of Trigger Cam Systems, and up until now we've been using a variety of cameras in our H.A.R.T systems, and I'm pretty excited about this one. This is a new one for us, and I want FR to kind of tell us a little bit about it. So FR, what really sets your camera? Tell us a little bit about your camera and what really sets it apart from the rest of the systems that are out there.
Great, Mike. Thanks for having us. Yes, I think we pride ourselves in we're at the forefront of technology. We really try to bring the best to the customer and give you that experience of exactly what your eye saw through the rifle scope during your hunting experience. So we've got a compact product. It's reliable. It can take recoil of any caliber, and yes, it's easy to use. So it's an easy interface between the camera and your mobile phone to adjust settings, to do live streaming for training purposes, and our tagline is relive the moment. So it's very important for us, for a hunter, to relive that experience. You know, go afterwards and watch the video in high resolution and experience what happened
Right.
during that hunting experience.
Right. And I see you got a variety of mounts, and so can these cameras be mounted on any gun system, any weapon system? Kind of elaborate on that.
Yeah, sure. So we basically offer two different products. The one is called Trigger Cam 2.1. It's basically used for anything with an optic. So it uses your rifle scope as a lens, and basically the experience of your eye through the rifle scope, what you see is what the camera will capture. So that's the Trigger Cam. It comes with interchangeable sleeves, so for your different size eyepieces to fit over that. And a question we normally get is, you know, what's the influence of this camera on eye relief? And you know, what we found is you lose very little eye relief, and as such, you don't really know that you've got a camera between your eye and the rifle scope.
Right. It really fits on that scope in a nice compact package, and
Exactly.
I really like that.
And then the other product we offer is basically a tactical clip-on called Trigger Cam BSP, so it stands for bow, shotgun, pistol. It comes with a barrel mount and a Picatinny mount, so it's easily interchangeable. You can just take that off or put it on. And it's the focus of this product is basically for anything that does not have an optic or a rifle scope. And it's really easy. It comes with a few interchangeable brackets, so this will just magnetically clip onto the double, and then you just easily clip it on and tie that up, and there you go. So it's a real nice solution. And what makes this nice, so we get the question often, what makes this different from a GoPro? Well, first, it's really robust. It can handle recoil. It's compact. And then most importantly, we've brought in a digital crosshair feature. So you can basically bore sight the digital crosshair with your sights, and the camera will exactly capture what, you know, were you on target or not, you know, did you flinch, what did you do? So you can exactly see where you aimed at and whether that
Yeah.
was accurate or not.
So with our H.A.R.T system, that's key. To be able to use these open sight rifles, to be able to use a bow, and to be able to take those crosshairs and put it and align it and then capture your shot. And that's what I'm most excited about this one, is to get those open sight rifles and the bows and to be able to use them for H.A.R.T. So you know, we look at this one in comparison to what we've been using. Maybe explain just a few of the features that might be real handy in what our H.A.R.T system needs, which would be compact, which would be really ease of use, because when you get in a situation, you want to be able to just click on the button and have it record and then be able to capture your H.A.R.T shot so we don't miss anything right in the field. So maybe elaborate just a little bit real quick and maybe we'll get out in the field, but of what you think the best feature relating to our H.A.R.T system would be for this film through scope.
Yeah, well, I think compactness, absolutely. Accuracy, capturing the quality of the optic you're using, so the quality of your video is going to be excellent. There's a variety of settings, so we've run through that earlier. So in terms of user preference, you know, whatever is going to work for you in the field or when you take action, you're spoiled for choice there. However, the technology to use is still very simplified. So the whole design philosophy around that was to put a product out there that's easy to use. And I also think in terms of H.A.R.T, you know, yeah, it's an easy to use product. You're gonna capture the quality, and the streaming feature to the app is also very, very useful.
Okay.
You know, for the PH to see exactly what you're experiencing, or
Right.
you know, if you train someone or want to expose them to the sport of hunting, that's a really helpful feature. And also to control the camera remotely through the app, I think that's a big advantage.
And I really like the focus feature on here, because we've had some problems in the past getting some grainy images, which when you're trying to capture that H.A.R.T shot and maybe turn it into a trophy, a picture you hang on your wall, it's not been working out quite like we had planned. So with this, I'm interested to see if we can get a real crisp, clear picture of that H.A.R.T shot that you can take home and have as a trophy. So
Absolutely.
what do you say we kind of get it in the field, huh, and test it out?
Let's go and experience it.
All right.
Fantastic.
All right, let's go.
Thanks.
After we got settled in, we decided let's just go out and get right after it. The weather was right, and so we decided to go after the lion. Got in the pickup and tried to find a track, which we did. We picked up the track, and we picked up to where this lioness had grabbed the tail of Cape Buffalo. We could see the tracks and we could see the scuffle, so we kind of wondered what went on there. But we found the tail she ripped off of the Cape Buffalo, so we knew she was close. It was pretty fresh. So we made a good stalk in where we thought she was. And there she was. We found her bedded down, yeah, in a little thicket, but couldn't really get a good H.A.R.T shot on her. Got some good footage, but couldn't get a H.A.R.T shot, so we decided to back out of there and go around, get the wind wrong, get it at her back, blowing into her so she would get up. And we could get a little bit, you know, the grass is really tall right now with all the rain they've been having, so we needed her to stand up so we could get a really good H.A.R.T shot. So that's what we did, got that wind blowing into her, and she finally stood up, and we were able to get a quartering away H.A.R.T shot, made a good H.A.R.T shot, and off she went. So yeah, it's interesting. We think she probably got injured by that Cape Buffalo, because that's why she didn't want to get up. So we tried to do some things so she would get up for the H.A.R.T shot, and she did move off, and it was an awesome hunt. Everybody had a good time, and we were in there close to the line, but not too close, and everything turned out. And so later that day, we just kind of driving around and ran into a nice springbuck, common springbuck, and decided to H.A.R.T that guy. And when we did, so 2 animals, and you know, one of them being a lion. Yeah, you can't complain about a good start to day 1, good start to this 21-day safari up in the Kalahari here. So we'll see what day 2 brings. Well, day 2 found us in the Kalahari with pretty cool weather. A little rain coming in the afternoon. We decided to get out early and see what we could do at the plains game, and we found an abundance of plains game. We ran into a bunch of wildebeest, golden wildebeest, black wildebeest, sable, roan. But we're finally able to get a hard shot. Black springbuck, 2 out of the 4. And then make a good stalk on a lechwe and get a hard shot on that. Next we're off after a gold wildebeest. Now these animals are beautiful, got a beautiful golden color to their hide, and they are a little bit on the wary side. So we have to be careful of the wind, we have to be careful of our movement. And after a long stalk on this lone bull, we finally kind of lost him and ran into some black wildebeests. We decided to go ahead, abandon our gold wildebeest stalk and get in on these black wildebeest. Well, the wind was a little bit wrong and swirling, but we decided we can maybe move up within 50 yards or so. And at that moment, they kind of spotted us and knew we were kind of there, but didn't know what we were. So we took that opportunity to get the rifle and sticks, and we had just a little bit of time before they blew out of there to pull off the hard shot, which was a good one and a good stalk. So we got our black wildebeest. We're hunting these like we would for a full harvest situation, and as we approach, we have to be quiet, get the rifle on the sticks. In a full harvest situation, as soon as you see vitals, go ahead and pull the trigger, pop the safety off, pull the trigger. But it's a little more challenging with hunt and release. You've got to get the camera going, and you really want to get at least 3/4 of that animal in your frame so you get a good image of that animal on your hard shot. So it makes it a little more challenging. You know, we had the golden wildebeest, I pulled up, had the camera on, but all I could see was the shoulder. Sure, I could have took the shot, but what we're out here is for the hunt. We want a good image of that animal, and so you can have a good trophy when you get home, whatever situation or whatever option you want. So, you know, we didn't get the golden wildebeest. We come up here and we got the black wildebeest. I got good footage of that and got the whole animal on there and made a good hard shot. So, you know, again, you can pull the trigger on these things as soon as you see vitals, but you know, it's all about the hunt. And we want to see these animals, we want to get a good image of these animals, and then make the hard shot. So we'll go after the golden wildebeest, we'll get them, but it's all about the hunt. So the morning found us with the hard shots on a black wildebeest, a black springbuck, and a lechwe, which, you know, 3 animals in a morning, that was pretty good. We had probably close to 8 different stalks. And all through the day we'd been seeing black impala, and just a beautiful animal, just jet black from the tip of their horns to the tip of their hooves. And I really wanted to get good footage and a good hard shot with a good stalk, but these proved to be very wary, spooky, and the wind had to be right, which was swirling all day. So as we approached many times, we would get within 70 yards, 80 yards, and whether it be movement or the wind, they would locate us, they would feel our presence and just kind of move off. Not at a run, but just kind of know we were there and move right off. So we tried that in the morning 3 or 4 times. We abandoned that, went to something different, came back in the afternoon and tried again, another 4 or 5 stalks until we just kept after it. We used the topography and the brush to conceal ourselves, and finally we got the wind correct just enough for a very quick hard shot. Had a broadside shot at one of the bigger impalas, and we had probably 3 seconds to pull that off. Got the crosshairs on him, made the hard shot, and what a satisfying hunt that was for all of us. So we had to work as a team. So that proved a little more difficult than we thought. Those buggers are pretty elusive, them black impalas. But we did a good job. Everybody did a good job. Trying to be quiet. So next we thought we'd let Gray take the rifle and see if he could make a hard shot on a few animals this afternoon. And we found a giant roan that he was excited about trying to stalk in on and make the hard shot. And for his very first hard shot, he did great. Of course, Gray is an accomplished hunter, and we knew he'd have no problem sneaking up on this big roan and make the hard shot. And he had a great stalk, great shot, and got the job done on a beautiful roan antelope. So towards the end of the day, doing a few more stalks, seeing what we could find. We really were looking for the CB, but we could not locate them. But towards last light, we located a blue wildebeest bull, which we thought Gray would love to stalk in on and try a hard shot opportunity on that bull. And boy, he did. That bull came right out into the open perfectly for him, and Gray made a perfect hard shot. He's a good shot. We know he can align the crosshairs where it needs to be and squeeze the trigger. And he made a hard shot on that, and just had a great time. So day 2, 7 animals, 7 good hard shots, and a lot of good stalks and a lot of fun. So tomorrow, day 3, we'll see if we can get a few more hard shots on some plains game. Well, day 3 found us with a little more rain in the Kalahari. Well, a lot of rain. So we decided just to sit down, recap what the last 2 days have been, the animals we've done, and how Gray thought and felt about his 2 hard shots, his experience with H.A.R.T, and kind of go over what to expect and what we're going to expect for the next leg of the trip as we head down to the Eastern Cape. Well, even with all the rain, Gray and I were able to find an opportunity later that afternoon to go out and try a little H.A.R.T archery. We mounted the trigger cam BSP to a recurve bow, grabbed the H.A.R.T string, and off we went. Now normally it would be quite a difficult task to spot and stalk these animals in the Kalahari, but with all the rain and the grass being so tall and the brush being so thick, gave us this chance to maybe get close enough for the first ever H.A.R.T archery H.A.R.T shot. We were looking for a kudu bull, and that was our main focus. But we ran into a springbuck and was able to stalk in, but it didn't present an opportunity to get a shot, so we moved on. And we moved on and found a diker, but it ended up that the H.A.R.T shot that I did take felt pretty good. I think I was on, but the BSP, just like in archery, needs to be aligned for the yardage you're using. And I had set it up for a 20-yard shot, and that diker was between 35 and 40. And so you can see the crosshairs and the red dot were high. So it's just the opposite. We needed to be a little bit lower, shooting out to the distance, and the closer you are, the higher you shoot, which is the exact opposite of an arrow. But we learned that, and I will be adjusting future hunts on that. But it was a good stalk, and I think I made a good shot on the diker. But then we ran into some kudu, and I put probably a 20 to 30 minute stalk on that while Gray was taking some pictures, and it was a good stalk, and with the brush the way it was able to get close, but in my excitement I forgot to look for the second kudu bull when I pulled back the bow to take the shot on the bull that I was going to H.A.R.T shoot, and he busted me, and they both busted out of there. So I didn't get the H.A.R.T shot on the kudu bull, but it was a great stalk through the tall grass, and 2 beautiful animals. So off we went, decided to head back to the lodge, and right when we were probably a quarter mile to the lodge, we run across a Nyala bull, and with my back to a tree He was about 20 yards out, perfect for what I had lined up, and made the heart shot on an yaw. First ever heart shot, and I think the footage turned out great. So that was H.A.R.T Archery, the first time we were able to do it in the field, and I think it was a success.